Hey, hi all. In this today's session, we'll talk about LINQ in C#.net. Okay, what is LINQ and what is the purpose of using this LINQ in C#.net? So nowadays, all modern websites or web applications are data centric. That means all applications are having dependency with data. So that means most of the data repositories or relational databases, right? So all applications are keeping their data in databases. Some applications are keeping their data in flat files. So structured data, unstructured data, or semi-structured data. So these are varieties of data. So the application is going to handle it. So over the years, designers and developers have designed applications based on object models, right? And these objects are responsible for connecting to the data access components that is called data access layer. So here we have three options here. So all the data needed in application are not stored in the same source, might be in different sources, and from there we are getting through DAL layer, and then we are binding to the UI. So accessing in memory object is simpler, right? And less expensive than accessing data from the databases, right? So if you are keeping data in memory, right, in the collection objects, that is very simpler to read and display on the UI. So instead of getting through on remote machines or databases or some other XML files which are in server, if you can keep the data in memory object, then that is very simple. Okay, or reading from XML or database is more expensive. Correct. The data accessed are not used directly, right? But needs to be stored, ordered, grouped, altered, and etc. etc. Okay. So to get these all operations done by one tool is called LINQ. Okay. So LINQ is a language integrated query, right? Which is a set of extensions to the .NET framework. And we're going to use this LINQ inside of .NET to manage, right, all the operations like, fetching of data or sorting of data and grouping of data using LINQ query. Okay. Let me define the syntax of this LINQ. LINQ. Yes. Okay. So LINQ acronym is the acronym of LINQ is okay. So LINQ acronym is language integrated query. Okay. So LINQ is set of instructions. LINQ is a set of extensions to the .NET framework. Right? 3.5, and it's managed language that set the query as an object, and managed languages that set the query as an object. So LINQ is the name of, right, name for set of technologies based on integration of query capabilities. LINQ is set of, or is the name of, right, a name for a set of technologies based on the integration of query capabilities. Integration of the query capabilities directly into the C# language. Okay, so LINQ provides a consistent query expression for objects, right, or the relational databases or XML. So that's why we're calling as LINQ to SQL, LINQ to objects, LINQ to XML, LINQ to arrays. These are the different operations we are going to perform using LINQ. So LINQ extends the language, right, by the addition of query expression, which are similar to the SQL statements. So all the LINQ statements are available in all the LINQ statements are available in system.linq namespace. So we have to import this namespace on top of our programs. Okay. So to write LINQ query, we need the following aspects. To write LINQ, right, or LINQ query, we need the following things. First thing is data source. Second thing is query, and third thing is execution of the query. Okay, these are the three things we require to work with LINQ query. Okay, so again, a query means set of instructions. Queries applied to the data sources, that is in-memory object or SQL or XML, etc. Right? To perform the operations. That is CRUD operations. CRUD means create, read, update, delete operations. So each query is combination of, right, three things here. And again, I'm saying LINQ is similar syntax. So LINQ is having similar syntax of, right, SQL. So we apply SQL for to do CRUD operations. SQL is used to do CRUD operations, but LINQ is used to fetch the data or read the data, but not for CRUD operations, as like SQL is doing. Even though syntax is same, but we only do fetching of data instead of .NET. Okay, so again coming to the LINQ query, right? LINQ query, right, is a combination of three things. One is, right, initialization. That means you need to initialize, right? Second thing is condition. Third thing is selection. So this LINQ query should contains these three aspects. Okay. So now we'll see the syntax of LINQ. So LINQ basically coming up with three variety of syntaxes. Okay. LINQ, right, has three ways of writing query. One is, right, using query syntax. Second thing is using method syntax. Third is using mixed syntax. Okay. Now see, using query syntax, how we are going to define LINQ. Okay. Query syntax means is as similar to SQL. Okay. So LINQ is one of the easiest way, right, to write the complex LINQ queries in an accessible and readable format. The syntax is similar to SQL syntax. That means if you want to fetch a data from a table, like how you are going to write, select star from EMP. So we are using select as the starting keyword, right? And then from, and then use where class. Similarly, here in the LINQ, right, we have syntax which is going to cover all the keywords. Looking at the syntax, first it will start with from, and then here we are going to specify variable, right? And then in, and here this is the collection, right? And here you need to specify standard query operators. That means where, joining, right? Grouping, etc., right? And then you need to specify lambda expression. Okay, lambda expression. And after that you need to specify select statement, select or group by, right, operator. And then format the result. As like in SQL, if you want to get XML, we're going to specify XML syntax. Similarly, if you want to get result in JSON, we are going to specify the JSON syntax, right? Here in the LINQ, we are just going to mention from, right? And then variable, and then in keyword and collection, that is the source. Okay. This is my initialization. This is my initialization, right? Or I can say this is my initialization, and this is my, right, query, condition, right? This is my, okay, what is this? Selection. Okay, this is the syntax of, right, query syntax, LINQ default syntax. If you are going for writing a LINQ using simple query syntax, then you have to follow this particular notation. For example, here, like, we will follow the order. When we are writing the query in LINQ, the starting point of LINQ will be always from keyword, which is followed by user-defined variable, and followed by in which the specified source of the collection, right? Again, which is followed by where class, and if there is a particular query that can be used before the select icon or selection to filter the record, and select is followed by and group by into the class. For example, right? So I have a list here, right? List, right? I'm going to define, right, numbers equal to new list of int. So here I'm going to specify 5, 10, 20, 30, and 2, 300. Okay, now I want to write a linky query to this numbers collection, that I want to get only the numbers which are greater than 5. Clear? So now how you are going to write a simple LINQ query using query syntax. A LINQ query using query syntax. So I'm going to say var result, right? I'm going to store result in this result variable. First one is from keyword in, right? Sorry, we have to say some variable, right? From obj in, your collection is numbers, right? And this is second part, contains condition where obj greater than 5. That means it is validating my element greater than 5 or not. Then select obj. This is a simple query. I'm going to write it for LINQ. So this is the data source, right? And this is the query of LINQ syntax. Now I'm going to execute this query. That means execution. How to execute? I'll use for each var item in result, because I'm keeping the result in result variable, hence I'm referring result, right? Console dot right line of, okay, the relevant item. That's it. So when I run this, it is going to print my LINQ query result set on the console. Let us see same thing in Visual Studio. So list int numbers equal to new of list of numbers. Here I'm going to say 30, 40, and then 100, and I'm just keeping semicolon. Now I'm going to write a query where result equal to from obj in numbers. So numbers, right? And here where obj greater than 5, right? And select obj. And this is throwing in compile time exception because we need to import, right? System dot LINQ, system dot LINQ, which is going to hold my LINQ statements. What is this? We need a collection, right? We need to import collection as well. This is data source, and this is query. And now I'm going to execution process. I'm going to do execution process. For each var item in result, right? Console dot right line of item. I'm going to add some space. Let me run this and see like how it is going to display the values. When you run this, you will get to see that the numbers get printed which are greater than 5. 1 is less than, it won't print. 2 is less than, it won't print. 5 is equal, it won't print. But remaining numbers are greater than 5, hence remaining numbers are printed. Okay, this is a simple query which we are going to write it using a LINQ with a query syntax. Okay, so I hope you understand, right, how we are going to write a query using LINQ query syntax. This is LINQ query syntax. Okay, so that it is basically having from keyword, in keyword, where class, select class, and then it keeps all the results in the result variable. And from that, I'm going to run this query and get the output. Right? This is data source, and this is the query, LINQ query, and this is the execution process. Okay, so I hope you understand the syntax of, right, query syntax of LINQ. Okay, now let's see this method syntax in the coming session. Okay, thanks for listening to this video, and please subscribe the channel for more videos. Thank you.